So you might notice I have a big X marks on this interview with a killer, and there's a reason why. So what happens when you give platforms to people that are convicted of heinous murders like this, like the serial killer, Brian Stephen Smith? Plus, by focusing on him, a man who brutally killed Veronica Buchuk and Kathleen Jo Henry, they don't even mention Cassandra Lee Boskovsky. So what they're doing is glamorizing his actions while leaving these women that he victimized and their families that he victimized as just mere backdrop, afterthought to their production. So they give him all of this airtime. They give him all of this time to talk, and they talk about him. But what about the women that he harmed? What about the women that he murdered? Why aren't their lives being discussed like his? Yes, they obviously did talk to Valerie, which in itself is a little problematic, to be honest. Which is great. Valerie's story needs to be out there. That's who they need to actually be speaking with Valerie. She is a hero. How they did finally reach out to Valerie, they brought her a blanket, some Dr. Peppers, and a burger. And they said, hey, we'd love to interview you tomorrow. And of course, Valerie's going to say yes, because she wants to be able to talk about the story. So she asked me to be her emotional support for the interview the next day, and I went there. And what happened was the visiting hours ended, and the place where she lives told me I couldn't be there. The visiting hours were over. When I tried to say that I was, part of, her emotional support during this whole interview that was happening, they still wouldn't do it. I actually almost got arrested. The production company never once said, please let her stay. They didn't say anything. The production company was allowed to stay because they had special permission, but then come to find out, when I did speak to a manager there, they didn't have special permission. The people that were working the front desk were just enamored with the paparazzi. Brian Stephen Smith does not need a platform. The victims deserve to be remembered and honored. And they didn't delve too deep because they didn't even mention Ian Calhoun. So instead of doing anything with this, it's a big thumbs down. You can spend time saying happy birthday to Antonia, or think of Veronica Buchuk, or Kathleen Jo Henry, or Cassandra Lee Boskovsky. But one good thing did come from that. Valerie was able to talk about her story because she is an absolute hero and an amazing woman.